Welcome back. If you want to follow along with the verified intelligence reports we're using today, you'll find the links in the description below. Hit subscribe so you don't miss our future briefings. By early April 2026, the military engagements between the United States, Israel, and Iran escalated into a sustained campaign. We are looking at widespread ballistic missile exchanges, extensive air defense activations, and direct strikes on sovereign territory. One of the most significant physical targets is the Mashhad petrochemical complex in Iran. A large-scale strike hit several facilities within this specific area, crippling a zone responsible for roughly 70% of the gasoline supply for Iran's domestic use. In the airspace, the U.S. Air Force has sustained confirmed losses. This includes an F-15 fighter jet shot down in Iranian territory, which prompted a complex, multi-day rescue operation for the crew. Tracking these physical deployments and infrastructure hits provides the ground truth. However, relying exclusively on kinetic data leaves analysts vulnerable to a parallel offensive, one designed specifically to exploit the confusion of these physical engagements. Welcome to the narrative war. Alongside the exchange of physical missiles, a digital offensive is actively burying the actual geographic realities of this conflict under a dense layer of synthetic data. The sheer output of manipulated imagery, out-of-context clips, and AI-generated combat footage is currently competing one-to-one with authentic documentation from the front lines. When a viewer's feed is saturated with this volume of synthetic media, their ability to parse what is actually happening on the ground, who is striking what and where, collapses. It creates an environment where every breaking news update demands immediate skepticism. You can no longer trust your own eyes when you see a plume of smoke or a scrambling jet. State and non-state actors take the physical destruction of the conflict and wrap it in layers of fabricated media. They manufacture a synthetic reality designed to weaponize panic and paralyze public understanding. The most common tool in this arsenal is a tactic known as context collapse. This is the practice of taking genuine footage from an entirely different event or time period and stripping away its original meaning to fit a current agenda. Early in this conflict, a video went viral claiming to show Iranian lawmakers burning a U.S. flag inside parliament in response to recent strikes. The video is real, but it was recorded in 2018. The context was collapsed to simulate breaking news. We saw this again when footage of a chaotic stampede circulated widely online, labeled as mass panic at a Tel Aviv airport following missile alerts. Forensic analysis quickly identified the location as the Florida Mall during a completely unrelated domestic incident. A second prominent tactic involves passing off unrelated technology or entirely AI-generated material as cutting-edge military assets. Fact-checkers recently debunked footage claiming to show advanced J-20 stealth fighters entering the fray. The video actually featured remote-controlled model planes in China. It takes minutes to rip a video from a 2018 archive or film a model plane, but it takes hours or days to debunk it. In that time gap, the false narrative spreads globally, skewing international diplomacy and distorting the public's perception of the war's trajectory. To counter this, a decentralized network of independent digital analysts and NGOs, groups like the Mediterranean Digital Media Observatory, FactNeme, and MISPAR, operate around the clock. They rely on open-source intelligence, or OSINT. This involves aggregating publicly available data, from social media metadata to government logs, to piece together the actual origins of a suspect piece of media. This visualization demonstrates the macro-level tools OSINT investigators use. By cross-referencing satellite scanning grids with commercial marine ship trackers, analysts can confirm whether an attacked vessel was actually in the Strait of Hormuz or if the claim is fabricated. From the macro level, investigators shift to micro-level forensics. They run suspect images through AI detection tools, searching for specific watermarks left by generation software, or scanning for logical rendering errors like distorted text and impossible shadows. By geolocating shadows and tracing artificial metadata, these analysts act as a direct defense protocol. They filter out the synthetic fog to maintain public situational awareness in a live war zone. The friction between the physical combat and the digital deception has forced major social media platforms to scramble their internal governance. In one specific response, X announced it would suspend creators from its revenue-sharing program for 90 days if they post AI-generated videos of the conflict without clearly disclosing that the material is artificial. But these top-down policy changes struggle to keep up. The financial incentives for engagement are too high, and current AI generation tools make it trivially easy to flood the zone with hundreds of synthetic videos an hour. By the time an automated moderation system or a platform administrator flags a fake video, millions of people have already seen it and internalized the panic. Institutional safeguards are simply too slow to intercept cognitive warfare in real time. That structural delay leaves the individual viewer as the final and most crucial line of defense in the 2026 narrative war. The entire disinformation model relies on you hitting the share button out of anger or fear. When an individual pauses to demand verification before sharing a post, they directly cut off the supply lines that keep this false reality running. Thank you for watching. If you want to arm yourself with the facts, check the links to the verified open-source intelligence reports in the description below. And please subscribe to our channel for more verified ground truth analysis.